Ayy, I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, red like a speeder. Taking it deeper and that's how it better be. I never let the comparison get to me. I just remember the promises meant for me. I know the enemy.
Welcome back to my damn channel, man. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back. Welcome back. Man, for those who don't know me, man, my name is A.Ramos, CEO, founder of Legendary Logistics, man. And for those who support my channel, my first and my second channel, the wrong intro and the dispatcher one, that I said that, you know what I'm saying, on the caption or on the subtitle, however you guys want to call it, you know what I'm saying. If you guys did show support, man, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys a ton. For the comment that my niece left me, man, I appreciate you telling my niece, you know what I'm saying, is that appreciate you a ton, honey. And man, and for those who viewed my two channels, viewed my two videos, I'm sorry, and actually put a like on it. I appreciate it, man. And for those who subscribe, especially, you know, I appreciate you guys for the support. But today, man, today is going to be a very important day. But before I even get into the video, I want to talk about a little bit pointers, man. I got this new series coming out. I know I've been talking about it. And I know I've been talking about like, oh, day in the life, or, you know what I'm saying, I like, just like, you know, showing you guys how I, you know, talk to brokers and stuff like that. I think that's kind of like, I will do it. I'm not going to lie. I will do it probably in the future. And, you know, but right now I'm more on the informational side right now. And I kind of want to explore out there, you know, have a little bit of like, you know, interviews with actual drivers and bump into people, you know, to see what their idea is about the industry and stuff like that. So like that you guys can see how the trucking industry works and what are experiences from other people. So that's a very big thing for me. So this vlog that's coming up and the series that's coming up is gonna be called the Legendary Vlog. It's gonna be called T.L.V. So every time you guys hear me say T.L.V, that's what I mean. It's gonna be still in the same channel. But from now on, all my videos is gonna be on the caption. It's gonna be either T.L.V, or if I don't put that, it's gonna be something that I'm talking about. But mainly my T.L.V videos is gonna be like you know, interviews, just me talking about like my experiences, basically, you know, just me going out there and actually going to truck stops and stuff like that, and just talking to people, and or maybe interviewing somebody that I know that is successful in you know, in this industry, and then just you know, having to sit down and having an actual blog, you know what I'm saying, and you guys you know, getting to know the person and what was their experiences and challenges and what their travel and tribulations were coming from ground up in this industry. So I think that's very important. And another thing I wanted to say, man, I know this is my legendary channel, but man, I've been working on a lot of other projects. I am also a sneaker reseller as well, and I had to put that on pause to basically, you know, fund this company and make this company successful, because it just had a little low overhead for me, and at the time, and that's how it works out for me, right? But I also had a little bit way more knowledge of what I got myself into when I actually decided to become a dispatcher and actually open my dispatch company, right? So please stay tuned into that. If you guys actually stay tuned, you know what I'm saying, click that notification bell. Stay tuned to all my videos that I drop. So, you know, we got the T.L.V, which is the Legendary Vlog, coming up. I'm also working on my sneaker reselling page as well, so stay tuned for that for more information. If you guys don't follow me on the Instagram, and my Instagram is gonna be _ Legendary Logistics 25 _ I put a lot of gems and tips in there too. I put a lot of videos, so like that, you guys, if you guys do follow me on Instagram, you guys will also get notified when I do drop a video on YouTube. So just stay tuned to all my channels, and all my social media. I have social media as well. I have like I already said, I got Instagram. I also have TikTok, but my TikTok is really for my sneaker stuff, so I don't want to like put it out there. I did put a poster up in there just to like have a little bit more marketing and stuff like that. But I mainly be on Facebook, on Facebook groups, regular Facebook. I have an actual Legendary Logistics page, business page on Facebook, Instagram one, like I said, and then I also have YouTube now. And yeah, man, if you guys also want to call, text me just to ask questions, man, by all means. You know, I always put my info down below on the caption and on the bio of this video. So yeah, man, stay tuned and let's hop right into this video. So today, before I even hop into this video, I just want to say, like, damn, man, like, you know, dispatcher's been getting bashed a lot. I see that, you know, I be on a lot of Facebook groups and I do a lot of research all the time. And I don't stop studying, dude. I just keep going and going and going, because you never know what you can learn, and what you learn and you just implicate it into your business, you know, and then you become even more successful. You know, it makes your business grow even better. It flows better. You know, you just you do things better, right? So it's just, I mean, you know, I'm part of the logistics side, so I have to know every single detail, right? To me, detail is very important. To me, knowledge is power. I think knowledge is worth more than money, believe it or not. And to be honest, if you don't have knowledge, bro, if you don't have no knowledge in this industry, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you got no knowledge, you ain't got no knowledge in this industry, you lost. You know what I'm saying? So always do your research. Always do all that stuff before you even get into this industry, even before you become a dispatcher. Because before I became a dispatcher, I was already doing my research for a couple months, and I was a lead at a warehouse. So I kind of knew what was the process of actually moving freight and being in the shipping and the receiving department, and you know, dimensions of you know, trucks and semi trucks. You know, even them parking, having seals, you know, swing doors, lift gates, having a perfect dock. Like I know all that stuff, right? That's because I already knew that stuff before even becoming a dispatcher, before I even thought about becoming a dispatcher. So that's why I said, okay, well, I have this skill, and I know a little bit about it, so why not get more in depth with it? So that's why I got in it, and it became one of my passions, because it was already something that I was already doing, and I didn't mind doing every day, you know? So that's how you know you have a passion, when you don't mind doing it every day, and it just becomes something part of your life, right? So, so you know, that's how I really got into it. But man, bro, dispatch are getting bashed, man. And I'm always on Facebook, like I said. But damn, bro, like, we're getting smoked out there by these truck drivers, dude. And I don't blame them, because there are a lot of dispatchers that really don't know what the hell they're talking about or what they're doing, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people don't even know what a shipper is. Like, you know what I'm saying? How you say a shipper is an insurance agent? Like, damn, I understand you made a mistake, but like that don't even go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even go. That don't even go together. Like, you know what I mean? There was no way you could have confused that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was no way you could have confused that ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the hell happened to that dude, but the things like that, man, is what I mean. Like, you can't be just posting stuff on Facebook, or like, you know, whatever market platform you use to promote your business. You gotta know what you're talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yes, there's things you can learn and you could get better at, and that's different, right? Rather than not knowing anything and trying to act like you do know. Rather than somebody that do know what they're talking about, but getting better at something that they were talking about, right? So, you know, instead of like, okay, well, I do this, but hey, how about do this, and this is probably gonna work even better. Rather than, yeah, bro, though, you know, trying to be the know-it-all. Like, don't do that. Like, you know, don't do that. You're not gonna be successful doing that. It's not gonna happen. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. You know what I'm saying? No cap. Like, you know. But let's jump right into this video. Today we're going to be talking about what dispatchers should have for skills or keys. Like today, that's what we're going to be talking about today, just today. And when I do throw in a little more pointers out there, just that's probably for another video. And I'm trying to make this video as short as possible because there's just so much more content that I want to catch up to. So like I said, man, it's gonna be every Sunday that I'm gonna be dropping a new video for gems and tips, and to either for dispatchers or owner operators. And please be advised that this video is not just for dispatchers. So it is mainly for dispatchers, yes. but this also can help owner operators and carriers to actually know how to self-dispatch themselves. So if you need tips to get your dispatch game up, this is it right here, baby. Watch this video, and I think these tips are definitely effective. And this is what I use day to day, day-to-day basis, you know what I mean, in my company, and what I do when I dispatch my guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned, and stay tuned to this channel, and let's get right into this video, baby. Let's get right into it. Video. So number one, what I want to talk about today, number one, is route planning, man. What I mean by route planning, man, as a dispatcher, you got to know what is your geographics, right? Like, for example, taking a driver to Colorado. Why are they saying no? Why they don't want to go to Colorado, even if the money is so good, like trying to convince you because like the rate per mile is like, let's say hypothetically speaking, it's $4 to try to get into Colorado, and they're pushing it. It's Friday. They're probably gonna, we could probably up it to $5 a mile. No, man, no. Why? Unless it's like really worth it and the driver's really willing to do it, which I don't recommend no driver to do, because why? Because the geographics in there, it's horrible, man. A lot of mountains, especially how much weight you got on your trailer. It's gonna put a lot of wear and tear on your truck, a lot of wear and tear on your brakes, a lot of wear and tear on your filters, on pulling hella diesel. You know what I mean? So that $5 ain't really gonna be $5. It's gonna be more like $3. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you're really booking the low for $3.50, because the way the market is, and these numbers are all hypothetically speaking, right? Because the market is bad right now. But for a real life situation, the market usually is like for $3, $3.50 for a dry van going into Colorado. Let's say from Oklahoma to like Colorado, right? You're in Oklahoma City to Oklahoma to Colorado, Denver, Colorado. They probably gonna hit you with the $3.50, $4. That's the most you could get. But in reality, are you gonna be able to get out of Colorado? That's another thing. Are you gonna be able to get out of Colorado with a good load? No, you're gonna come out of there with a shitty load. You know what I'm saying? So if you're really gonna go into Colorado and your driver doesn't mind, and he just got his new truck, he's excited. You know what I'm saying? As a dispatcher, you should always advise him not to go over there. But at the end of the day, is the driver's decision, right? So it's the driver's decision. If he really wants to haul, the freight going into Colorado because it's good money. Hey, I don't blame him. If you're a grinder, if you're a true grinder like that, then I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't recommend going into Colorado because of all the mountains and all the stuff, and just the market coming out of there just sucks, right? So let's say, for example, if you really do want to go into Colorado, you have to push for like at least $4 or $5 a mile. So like that, when you go into Colorado and getting out of Colorado, you at least get something for $2, $2.50 a mile, $2.25. You'd be lucky, you know what I'm saying? You'd be lucky if you get something for $2.50, $2.25, you know what I'm saying? But if you do, then shit, by all means, and then you add your rate per miles, and then you probably average like 3 and change, you know what I'm saying, going and coming out. Like that's how I would do it. Personally, I would never take my drivers to Colorado ever again. I've had my share experience when I first started, and I didn't know. My drivers were stuck out there for like 2-3 days, and I felt like shit, and I really was a piece of shit for that, because I should have done more research. And I just at the beginning, it's like I said, it's a trial and tribulation, but you learn. But another thing, like going to Wyoming, it sucks coming out of Wyoming. But that's another tip that's another key or / skill that I actually want to get into, which is one of the pointers here. But I'm talking about more route planning and using your Google Maps, having multiple. I recommend, to be honest, like right now, like I said, I just started my business, so right now I'm only using a laptop I'm only using one laptop, and it's working perfectly fine for me. I'm using the which one I'm using, the one that you pay $180. I use DAT board. DAT low board. I use what is it called? Power. It used to be called Power. Now it's called I think it's Power now. Yeah, Power DAT Power DAT. Or I think it was like Trucker's Edge or something like that. But like let's see, it was Power. That's what I use. That's the one that you can have multiple lanes. You can have live feed, and you pay $180. For it, and I pay that every month, right? It's a subscription that I pay every month, so like that I can have my loads come in faster and all that stuff. So Another thing I want to talk about is that when it comes to route planning and you're trying to book your loads and you're trying to see where they're going, what interstates they're going, know your interstates, right? So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the United States is actually, their interstates are from horizontal and vertical, right? So, you have your interstates going, you have like 4 or 5 or 6 sections of interstates that go from left to right, and it's like, and then I think it was one intersection, I think, I don't quote me on this, but it was I-70 or I-30, I think it was, that splits into New Mexico or something like that. But you gotta really know your map. You really know your map. Because like that you can actually kind of tell your driver like, hey, don't go that way, go this way, because that's where all the mountains are and stuff like that. And I started having to do that more lately, because I just didn't want my drivers to waste more fuel. So that's another thing. Diesel is super expensive nowadays, so please make sure that you when you actually book the loads, you actually plan the routes perfectly, so like that your drivers can save as much gas and diesel as possible, especially if the freight is heavy. You know what I mean? I know a lot of drivers don't like to go too in depth with the don't go too much with the heavy weights, but there are some go-getters, and I respect that, because sometimes it's hard, to get a load sometimes, to be it's hard to get a load sometimes, dude, and just the heavy loads are it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, it's just, that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes we're just lucky, and I had a driver that I had light loads all week, and they was getting paid as a heavy load. You know what I mean? It's just how it is, how it works. And yeah, man, that's what I really wanted to talk about trucker. Just have all your tools. Route planning, like all your tools. If you're still using QuickBooks, use your QuickBooks to keep track of all your mileage for your drivers. Use your Google Maps. So me personally, what I was talking about having monitors is that I'm actually gonna be upgrading very soon to like 2 monitors, where I can have my Google Maps in one, and I can have my load board in one, or I can have my emails open in one, and then the other section will be my maps. Or I'm gonna try to have like a 48-inch curved TV to where I can split everything and I can see everything at one time, because it does help you for sure, 100%. Like, it does help you for sure. I do highly recommend to have all that stuff. If you have the capital to do it from the very beginning, then do so. Is worth it. And if you really got to take this dispatching thing very seriously, right? So that's skill number 1, right? Skill number 2 I want to get into is negotiation. Huge one. Should have been number 1, but huge one, right? This is not going from highest to lowest or lowest to highest. It's just me, my mind going, going down the list. Negotiation. Why I say negotiation? Because baby, you trying to get them extra dollars. You trying to get them extra $100 on the table. Let's snatch that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you come to negotiation, man, 1, you want to talk with some confidence, man. Talk with some confidence, because you don't want to talk like a rook. They got to take you and they got to break you up, and they got to think you're a low fish. You know what I'm saying? They got to break you up, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever got into a fight and you thought that you really had it, and you just got smoked? Like, that's exactly how you going in there. And you're going in there talking to these brokers, man. You gotta know what you're talking about. You gotta know your steps, right? We first talk about, okay, going from I got this. I'm seeing this load from here, from lane to lane. 24 6-foot box truck. Where it says that it's waiting here. It's for team driver. Blah blah blah. Even if you don't know much, right? But sound like you know what you're talking about, because like that they don't take you like a fool. And then when you do have a respond to their comment for their offers and their rates, I believe that my driver is the best driver right now around here. He's like only 10 minutes away. He's the best suitable for this load. he is willing to take the haul. And if so, for example, if the freight is like 40,000 pounds, you'd be like, okay, well, this freight is 40,000 pounds, man. That's gonna be affecting his axles. He's gonna be he has to probably go to a weigh station. You know what I'm saying? He's going all the way to he's going 2 days away. You know, he's traveling for 2 days. You know, stick your neck out for your drivers. You know what I'm saying? Say whatever it has to be, what comes up. Because I like to work very freestyle. So like whatever comes from the top of my head, you know what I'm saying, and I catch the vibes off the brokers. That's how I do my negotiations. So if I feel like the broker's already off rip, he has that bad energy and everything, I already know I'm not gonna go anywhere with the broker. I usually hang up on him. Like I hang up, or I just like be like, okay, no problem, man, have a good day. You know, because at the end of the day, you never know. You know, tomorrow he could have a better day, and you talk to the same person, and he could give you a load, or we could become relations. It's a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You could build with him. You know what I'm saying? It's just he probably had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? It's just every day is different. Don't take it like every day is a different day. Like, I mean, every day is the same. It's gonna be the same. Nah, every day is gonna be different. That's what I love about this industry, about being a dispatcher. That every day is gonna be different. Every day is gonna have you gotta overcome obstacles, and as a dispatcher, and there's gonna be times that it's gonna be bad days, man. You know, you gotta just go through it and push through it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it going. You know, keep it pushing, so another thing I want to talk about negotiation is please when you talk about negotiation, man, like I said, I already have some confidence, but man, when you talk about really negotiating, man, like don't shoot for the low, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Always shoot for the high. Like, say for example, like if you know the market's going for like $2 a mile, right? $2 a mile, whatever the case is, and that lane. So that's another thing, right? So you know, negotiating for a rate and negotiating for a lane is two different things, right? So you know this just that spot rate is like 2 and change or whatever, or that lane is going for this certain amount of money. You know, use your tools, man. Go onto the DAT, do a quick search up for that lane and see how much money they're actually giving for that lane, and use that to the advantage. You know what I'm saying? So if something is for like $2, like, you know what I'm saying, let's say hypothetically speaking, it's for $2 going from Ohio to Indianapolis, going from Cleveland, Ohio to Indianapolis, Indiana, it's like $2, right? Which is not, but you know, don't shoot yourself in the leg, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't shoot yourself in the leg. Always start high to where you want to be. Okay, well, this is the highest, and this is my medium, and this is my bottom, right? So if you feel comfortable at your medium, then take it, because you know you're just shooting higher, so like that they can meet you somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? So where you could be profitable, it makes sense for your business. And use that a lot too as well. You know, talk to these brokers, man, and they trying to do these cheap phrases, man. Hey, man, listen, man, I understand that the market is not that good, but man, this just doesn't make sense for my business. Can you do another extra $200-$300? Can you do an extra $100? Can you do an extra $50? Always ask for more money, because there's always money. These guys always have extra money. You know, sometimes he's gonna try to hit you with the, oh, well, this is all I got in it, man. That's not gonna help you. Well, man, I'm sorry, boss, but you know, this doesn't make sense for my business, and it seems like all I'm gonna be doing is wasting money on on diesel, and I'm not gonna be my carrier's not gonna be making no profit, man. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pass. And but if you do change it, and hit them just like this, if you do change your mind though, take my number down, take my company name down, give me a call back, and I'll be here available, man, and because we are interested on this lane. Boop. And if you're not signed up, then be like, okay, no problem. Can I sign up with you then? There's no problem. I'll pass for this load right now, but can I sign up with you so like that I can get this carry packet done? So the next time we do have future business, when we have future businesses or future transactions, we already set up, and it'll be faster and easier for your convenience, right? So, you know, there's a lot of things into it, right? And what type of commodity it is, right? We're talking about hazmat, right? So please, hazmat, you have to be certified. First of all, you have to be certified for hazmat, and you just make sure that that hazmat is more money, right? So if they're trying to hit you with the same rate as a actual average rate, what is going for that? No, it's supposed to be more money. Either they're like $1 or $2 more, you know what I mean, than what it's supposed to be. So that's another thing that you have to know. When it comes to certain type of commodities, I'm still actually learning this as I go. But like plastic, it's a decent commodity. I'm not gonna lie. General freight is a decent commodity. Auto parts is super heavy. vinegars and oils, man. When it comes to liquid, man, I like to ask for more money because it's just the balance on the trailer. Like a lot of people just be like, oh, it's just 40,000 pounds. Oh, no problem, it's gonna be palletized, but it's liquid that you're carrying, right? So, you know, I had an issue like that with my driver where it was just like his trailer was like, you know, and he had a sort of new trailer, dude. So I'm not gonna lie too. So, you know, the trailer is just, you know, it's 43,000 pounds, like, you know what I'm saying, and you have to really drive at a certain speed, and you gotta really know how to level yourself out, man. It's not easy out there for these truck drivers actually driving, like, you know what I mean. So you gotta really keep that in behind, like, you know, these drivers can be picky, they can be whatever, but in reality they have a reason to, right? So they have a reason to, and yes, I'm gonna say this, truck drivers, man, like owner operators, be less picky, man. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the dispatchers could do so much, you know what I'm saying? And just, we could take whatever, especially if we're only working off a low board, you know what I'm saying? And we don't have certain like dedicated lanes and stuff like that. If I have dedicated lanes, and you know, that's different, you know, we could work things out. But we working through a low board, it's just so much that we could do. You know, we're going against so many other drivers, we're going against so many other dispatchers, so many other brokers that are just giving freight for cheap, and these people that, especially owner operators that are coming into this industry that just don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just making the market so bad, so bad. But I'll get into that more, right? Right? So that's negotiation is number 2, man. Please. If you even have to take a class for negotiations to learn how to negotiate, please do. I was a natural negotiator. I've been doing this for a while. I've been knowing how to, I guess, you know, you call flex, you know what I'm saying, how to talk to people, and especially just trying to ask for more money, and, you know, trying to defend my drivers and trying to make them more money, because obviously at the end of the day, as a dispatcher, you got to pay yourself as well, so you don't want to dig in their pockets. So that's your job, right? So you're trying to get more money so you can pay yourself and not hurt the carrier or owner operator. So that's what I do. So yeah, man, that's a big one, man. That's a big one. Please take that into consideration, man. Negotiation skill is huge as a dispatcher, man. So without negotiation skills, I don't see you going too far. That's 100. You know what I'm saying? But all right, man. Let's hop on to the next one, man. Next one, number 3, man. Number 3. So I say good low board understanding, right? Good low board understanding because one, before you book a load, please understand the low board. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it sounds easy as hell. Oh, you just go book a load and call a broker. No, dude, like, it's more to that in the low board, right? You got to know how to adjust your stuff, right? How to put your origin, what city they're in, the destination, if they're going over the road and they're going over the road for a couple weeks, and you don't put no destination, right? You just find the best load possible, go into the right state, and going to the right state, I will be talking to another pointer later in this video, right? But, you know, going to the right state, right? Boom. I wish I could actually screen record something so I could show you guys, but I just don't have the right equipment for it right now. But I'll try to give you that, guys, later in the future, so like that I can invest more money on my company, and I'll show you how to actually use a load board, and that'll be one video just showing you guys how to do a load board. So that's for another video. But, you know, right now I'm gonna just skim through the steps, right? So you put the origin, if you put the destinations, you put anywhere, you leave it blank. Deadhead. So for dry vans, I always like to put 50 to 100 mile deadhead. I don't like them driving too far, because you're talking about a semi truck and that's pulling hella diesel, right? So 50 to 100 mile deadhead, anywhere for the destination. And then obviously you put for dry van, you put dry van standard, and you can even, I'm not gonna lie, depending on the type of driver you have, you could put dry van standard, and you could put box truck, straight box truck, or even step deck. But I personally like to really narrow it down to like really find the best load possible for my trailers and my dry vans. For my dry van is just put dry van standard, because putting all the other stuff is just like, if you're that's only if your dry van is doing partials, like, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna put a partial here, boom, and capitalize on the money. And if he likes to drive, so my dry van driver only likes to do one pick, one drop, so he doesn't like doing all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, he doesn't like to do all that stuff. So that, just keep in mind, right? Even though it's more profitable, obviously, you know, probably a partial would be more money with another partial, right? That's it comes to that's more for like box truck. That's super heavy for box trucks and for hot shots. And I believe, I'm pretty sure like 90% that reefers, step deck or like flatbeds, and dry vans, most of them like to do the one pick one drop thing, or even if they do one pick two drops or one pick three drop, you know, that's probably the farthest I've seen people actually do. If you do a one pick five drop, then you better be getting paid more than like $7,000 or like $6,000, dude, because if you're doing that shit for $3,000, $4,000, bro, that's sad, bro. You're getting smoked, like, you know what I'm saying? And well, matter of fact, it just depends how far you're going, right? So it just depends how far you're going. But if you're going far, bro, like, you better get that money. You know what I mean? Another thing is let's see. Okay, so boom, you put that, and then obviously you put the date range, right? You put today's, today's Sunday, right? But tomorrow, you put tomorrow. And if your driver's just only looking for loads for that same day, you keep it for that same day, so like that you don't get confused. Because sometimes you'd be like, okay, well, it's today, and when you put day range from today and the next day, you get something, you call something, oh, that's good, right? Boom, and you're trying to be efficient as possible and trying to be fast, because man, you can't be slow. This, you gotta be quick. You gotta be quick doing the taking these loads. So boom, you'd be like, oh crap, that was for tomorrow, like, you know, and then you look stupid on the phone calling a broker for something that you thought that was for today. So just make sure that you just, you know, you really condense your filters to really have it the same day, one specific equipment and shit like that. And then if it gets harder, that's when you up it. Okay, you go from 50 to 100, 100 to 120, 120 to 150. You do 120 to 200 deadhead miles. It just depends on your situation, depending on the day, depending where you take them, right? So that's why later on in the video, I'm gonna be talking about states, because that's exactly why you should know your states. And then now something else, and then when you look at the load board, it shows you. So it's gonna be a list of loads. It's gonna tell you from city to city, wherever you want to put at. You say, for example, you put Cleveland, Ohio, right? I like that zone 4. Zone 4 is like one of my favorite zones. So and it's one of the busiest zones. So you put Cleveland, Ohio, and then you're gonna have Cleveland, Ohio to whatever, Cleveland, Toledo, Ohio, going to Carmel, Indiana. You're going to you go Detroit, Michigan, or Cincinnati, Michigan, or you go to Canton, Michigan, or you go to Ann Arbor, or you go to or you start off in or Grand Rapids or Kalamazoo, or you start off in Lansing, or you probably going to Carroll Stream or Lake Zurich, Illinois, or you're going to Springfield, Illinois, or you're going to it just depends, right? It's on so many freaking loads, right? But it's just right next to that, it's gonna show you what broker it is, right? And then it's gonna tell you the number. It's gonna tell you the email. So that's for another video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this is gonna be a quick sim, real quick. If you guys don't have the DAT companion thing on your Microsoft, or I don't know however it's called on a MacBook, because I use a Dell, so on your MacBook or whatever, just please make sure to add that into your list of tools, to add like DAT companion, so like that you could just do one-click emails instead of like literally, because I'm beating you off rip. I'm beating you, right? So if you're over here trying to click for an email for a load, and you're over here trying to type it up, okay, from this lane to this lane on the subject line, copy and paste the email, you know what I'm saying, and then lane to lane, and then that's your subject line, and then you go to the body. Oh, hello, how you doing? Good morning. I'm very interested on this load. Blah 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 blah. Best regards, company. Blah blah blah. By the time you're doing that, I'm already click is already sent an email. So please make sure and you invest your time in looking into that, and that will definitely help you as a dispatcher move faster, get your loads quicker. Brokers, you talk to quick, because trust me, emailing brokers, they respond very fast. Just depending on the broker, which they respond fast. Like TQL, they go pretty quick on the phone. Sometimes they be hoeing it sometimes, but they be wanting to keep you on hold. It's all tactics and negotiation skills that they do. Like I know this stuff. Like the more you do this, the more you learn, and the more you go, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But and me personally, I like to talk on the phone. And if I could call and if there's a number, I'll call right away. You know what I mean? And that's one of the systems that I actually want to update on my thing, that I can do one-click calls and it calls right away. And I don't have to like dial whatever on my phone or whatever the case is. But that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about load board. Just please understand your load boards, and also right on the brokers right next to it is going to be credit scores, even more effective. Even more something that you have to know, right? Your drivers have to get paid. Your owner operators have to get paid. So you got to know your credit scores, right? 97, 100. So it goes from 100 to whatever, right? To nothing, right? 30, 40, 60, 8, right? So obviously the higher the credit score, the better the credit score it is, right? Then you obviously click on the DAT directory. You can see the reviews or see what other carriers and owner operators have commented on it. If it's good, if they're double brokering, is it fraud, is it bad, or are they great? You know what I mean? So it's just, they go by credit score, by that. And then you also have your factoring, right? So let me put a little bit of a promo here. I am partnered with Fernando and for RTS Financial Services, and right now we are offering the first 90 days to be absolutely free on factoring fees. So no percentage, no nothing, no ACH fee, no nothing, right? And if you guys do, then you guys can contact me at 929-234-0639, or you can all my information is going to be below as well. My Instagram, my number, my company, I always put it all down there. You guys give me a call if you guys are interested in a new factoring company, or if you guys are new, you give me a call, you know what I'm saying, and we can get that done. I can get that done for you as well. Also what I wanted to talk about is also what I want to talk about is that actually getting into the whole factoring thing, factoring companies like RTS will actually give you something that's called RTS Pro. So you can actually like put the actual broker's MC number, because it's going to show you that as well on the load board, and you could type that dial, so you copy and paste that MC, and you can put it on your RTS Pro, and it's going to show you there's going to be an A, B, or C, and surrounding a circle in green, right? So I usually don't like to work with any brokers that are under B. I honestly don't. It's scary, because I want to make sure my drivers get paid, right? But it's just depending on the broker, or if you've done business with the broker before. Sometimes there's your C, and I'm not gonna lie to you, there's brokers that are very legit, and I'm not trying to bash no broker or anything, no broker company, no brokerages or anything like that, but they just have an N, right? And it just means that they're new, and factoring companies don't give a chance. Can't give them a chance because they're not at least 6 months in the business. So same thing, like right, owner operators that have new authority, brokers don't give chances to new carriers for after 3 months or 6 months, right? Same thing for factoring, with brokers to factoring companies, they don't give them a chance, so they have to wait out that period in order for them to get a credit score and all sort of things, right? And so that's one of the key factors I use a lot when I come to load board. You guys just understand your load board and know what you're doing, and always make sure the credit score is good, and when you check that like that, you could be safe of booking that load, because you don't want to just book a load and not know what the credit score is, because then boom, then you could be double brokered, or you could be they won't just pay you. They're not gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? And make sure they factor with your factoring company, because that's important, right? That's and I could get so much more depth into load board, and I'm gonna make another video about it once I get the whole screen recording and everything, and I can show you guys using the DAT board. But on to the next skill or tip. Next one will be learn your states. Oh, that's a big one, man. I don't want to get too in depth with this one, because I feel like I could rant on for this one with this one a lot, but it's a very general statement. But learn your states and your lanes, right? Like I was already talking about in my other videos and earlier, right? Just learn your states, right? Don't take your drivers going into Colorado, Wyoming, anything that you got to come out cheap unless it's super worth it, right? So I want to just put these states out there that you guys can know that is horrible, right? Horrible to go in, right? Florida, bad. Colorado, bad. Wyoming, bad. Washington, bad, right? They going in, it's amazing, but coming out is super cheap. Florida is more like you get in there and it's hard to get the hell out of there. You know, you could get stuck out there for a couple of days because you just can't find a good load to get out. Even a decent load to get out. You know, at least to pay for your fuel. Like it just happens sometimes. Like right now, you know, going to Maine. I hate going to Maine. don't go to Maine. In my opinion, don't go to Maine. It sucks, right? Don't go to Maine. Try to stay as far as possible from like, if you like going to the East Coast and stuff like that, okay, by all means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like New York, you know what I'm saying? New Jersey, Boston, well, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Delaware, what else? Yeah, like that little zone right there. That little zone right there is because you're gonna bombard yourself with like small traffic, small lanes, literally lanes like on the road, like, you know what I mean? Hella tolls, like it's gonna be way. So when you negotiate and you're really trying to go to New York, you gotta negotiate even to go even higher, because you have to cover your tickets, your parking tickets, your just in case if you do get a ticket, like, you know, your toll money. Gas is just more expensive over there as well, just like California. Gas is like $5 something in California, which is outrageous, right? But that's, know your states, where you're taking your drivers, because it will make your job more efficient, coming out of there and being more efficient and having your rate per mile higher, right? So that's one, right? That's one. And also New Mexico, garbage, right? New Mexico is garbage. But yeah, like those are the states that you really don't want to go to, right? Stay away from the states. So once again, Florida, Wyoming, New Mexico, Colorado, Maine. And if you like going to the east, then fine. But East Coast, that little zone over there, like Zone 0 or whatever I think it's called, don't stay. There's a lot of tolls, a lot of traffic, all that stuff. The next one I want to really talk about is the market change, right? The market change. So this, I want to talk about this because and excuse me, because I really gotta get some water. I gotta really like oh man, I ain't got no water. Oh man, I got some Kool-Aid. Fuck it, I got some Kool-Aid. Right. And Lady, if you're watching this, I got you. I got you for your Kool-Aid. But man, I haven't had one of these in a while. Shit. But so market change. So please, what I like to do, right? So what I like to do is I wake up every morning. I like to stretch my legs. I like, you know what I'm saying, brush my teeth, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff, you know what I mean? Go to the bathroom, all that extra shit, you know what I'm saying? Grab my muffin, split it in half, put it in the air fryer, you know, let it get a little toasty, you know what I'm saying? Put some butter on it, you know, get a cup of milk, you know what I'm saying, for my bones, and drink and have my little thing. I usually have a Red Bull in the morning, but I kind of stopped, to be honest. I mean, I still love Red Bull to this day, but I had to slow down a bit because I was drinking too many Red Bulls, and Red Bull is just really not good for you, man. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, Red Bull does work. Red Bull works. But yeah. And then after all of that, I like to check my market, right? I like to see, okay, what is the market going for right now today? What is the update? Okay, what is this lane going for today? You know, you got to check all that stuff, because when you go and negotiate, that's important, so like that you don't sound stupid. Well, they're going to be like, well, that was yesterday. You like, you know what I mean? That was last week. I was like, okay, well, because usually the market doesn't change too much in the same week. So let's say, for example, if you see the market on Monday, right? I have this notification that always comes to my email that tells me, okay, well, today's market is this, right? Which is awesome, right? But I still go look at myself and on the DAT and everything and see what's up, see if anything changed every morning, just in case. But it usually doesn't change throughout the week. But if I was you, I would still check to see, because you know that could affect that. You could be leaving some money on the table, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna get too in depth with the market change, because it just really changes and fluctuates all the time. So you know, that's just another tip. That's another tip, and another tip or a key for a dispatcher to have, right? That I feel like if you want to be a good dispatcher, I think that's one of the things you should have, and really pay attention to the market, because those are things that your owner operators aren't really paying attention on, right? They're really relying on you to really know all this stuff, right? So that just do your job, please, and just really go out your way for your drivers, and yeah, man, go get that money, man. Go get that extra money that you're leaving out on the table, for real. So the next one I wanted to talk about is communication skills. Please, this is super important. Super important. Communication. Man, communicate with everybody, man. If you book a load, man, tell your broker, hey, look, listen, he's 30. And I'm gonna tie this in. I'm gonna put this key skill in with transparency, right? Man, be transparent with everything. With your drivers especially. Like, hey, listen, man, the broker wants this done at this time, and you think you can make it this time? He's gonna be like, yes, okay, communicate. Okay, bro, he's 15 minutes out. All right, cool, bro. All right, man. Hey, listen, can you and matter of fact, you tell the broker, hey, all right, man, so you think you could switch the schedule, and because even on even in negotiating, you gotta communicate with him. Be like, well, okay, well, my driver's this and that. You think you could push that time back from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, so like that my driver could get there and get this load because the load is worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not dropping his load that he has right now till 9 o'clock. So it's gonna take him like at least an hour, you know what I'm saying, an hour or two, just so like that you can put that time window in there, because you never know what happens when you're getting unloaded, right? It could take some time. Just people's there, you know, they're getting unloaded, the warehouse backed up, you know, it just never know, right? And I guess I tell you, I was a lead at a warehouse, so I know all this stuff. It takes probably sometimes a day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just crazy. But it's just, usually it's like an hour or two max, right? It usually sometimes it's quick. Usually, most of the time for me, it's like 30 minutes, an hour. Like yesterday, matter of fact, Friday was one of the very few times that I actually had my hot shot actually just sitting out there for like 5 hours, but he got paid. You know what I did as a driver? I made sure he got paid for all that time. He was free for 2 hours, but after 2 hours, what? He get paid. He get paid for that detention. He got paid for that detention. He got paid three extra hours onto his Raycon. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it doesn't work like that. Sometimes they give it to you after the delivery. They give you a paper so like that you can fill it out, and they give you a different Raycon so like that you can factor it into their factoring system. Into their factoring account and so forth, right? But that's just something else. I don't want to get too in depth with that. And then you know, and he got $50 per hour. I think that's great. Most of the time it's like $30, $20. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's great. You got an extra $150 just waiting, you know what I'm saying? And plus whatever you already got. So that's good, you know what I mean? And me as a dispatcher, I don't charge for that stuff. So, you know, if the driver has to wait out there, that's all that inconvenience fees, like tow news, detentions, layovers, lumber. I don't charge for none of that stuff. Well, lumber you can't really charge because they have to come out of pocket for that, and then the brokers have to cover for that most of the time. Well, 100, they better pay for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? My driver ain't paying no damn lumber. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just joking. You know, if stuff happens, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time, yeah, we ain't paying no lumber. You know what I mean? But and just be transparent with your drivers, man. Like, you know, you got a low Raycon, man. Don't try to be a cheater, man. Trying to get extra dollars on top. Hey, man, this is what the Raycon is. It's how much, and just get your fee. That's why you do your negotiation skills. You do your negotiation skills so that you can get extra money, so you can pay yourself and give the driver a little extra money, and he still get the money that they deserve. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do your job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do your job. You know, you out here home. You know what I'm saying? You got all the time in the world to do your research. Do your research. Do your job. You know what I'm saying? Grind. The money don't stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's one of my other tips, right? Right? So I'm glad that I said customer service just now, because I'm actually looking at my list of things that I'm actually looking at, and you guys can't see that, but like, bro, customer service is big. Make sure that your drivers are always good. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit them up and do it every hour or so. You know what I mean? Don't try to be a pest. Don't be a pest neither, you know, because that's annoying. But, you know, every hour or every 2 hours or every 4 hours, you know, or if they got a long road, they got a long route, man, check up on them. Be like, yo, hey, you good? You got your Red Bull, you got everything. Your truck is doing good. How is your truck? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know, communicate with your drivers. You know, hey, how far are you? You know what I mean? If you're not tracking them, tell, hey, how far are you? You know, so I can, like that, when the broker calls me, or I hit him up first thing in the morning, telling him what's your ETA and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just always communicate. Always communicate. And the last one I wanted to really talk about. Man, I'm gonna get in depth with this one a little bit, but I don't want to get too in depth because I don't want to make this video like an hour, right? Like I said, I ain't had no water. I can't believe I ain't have no water in the refrigerator. I usually do. I'm always stacked. what I want to get into is cost per mile, man. It probably ties into like negotiating, you know, you gotta know your cost per mile. Your communication skills with your drivers, what they're looking for, you know, how much they're trying to get paid every month, how much, what goals are they trying to reach, what revenues they trying to hit every week. Yeah, man, cost per mile is huge, dude. Like, you know, as an owner operator, man, you're spending so much, right? Let me hit some pointers so like that you guys can know what I'm talking about, right? So, okay, number one will be, under cost per mile will be diesel. Everybody knows diesel is just freaking expensive as hell right now. That's number one, right? Insurance. For some reason, insurance just skyrocketed, and drivers are paying, or even reefers or whatever, they're paying like up to $3,000 on insurance. Number three, a trailer note, right? Number four, truck note. Look at all that, right? Diesel going up, insurance going high, truck note, trailer note, right? Maintenance, right? If one of your truck, one of their tires pop, that's one of like the number one thing that happens to them. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially carrying all that heavy freight, it pops. $1,700, right? For one of my drivers tell me, right? All right, and I did my research, and it's almost about the same, same range for a tire. Pops, boom, $1,700. There goes that whole rate. There goes for 2 days that they made that money. You know what I'm saying? Or even a day, because sometimes, you know, my driver makes like $2,400 to $2,600 in averaging in 2 days. So, you know, it just depending what type of loads I get for him. You know, sometimes it could be $2,000, sometimes it could be $2,200, $2,300. Just, you know, I like to go day by day and just then gusto him to a spot for, you know, that's how I do it. You know, I like to pre-book and everything, and just many more expenses that you could possibly think of, right? So please, when you booking these loads, and you're booking this load for this carrier or this owner operator, please ask them what's their cost per mile, or do the math with them together, so like that you guys can know when it's the minimum and what's your bottom, what's your medium, what's your high, right? You got to know your cost per mile, because if your cost per mile is $1.75, then you're booking a load for $1.60, then guess what? You lost. Now you that owner operator is losing. He's losing money now. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair. You got to know. You can't just go in there and assuming, and thank God that was one of the first things I learned when I became a dispatcher, because if I didn't know that, that would have not been pretty for me. So thank God I knew what cost per mile meant, right? And cost per mile is huge, man. So please know that stuff. That's definitely gonna help you guys out. I hope this video was super informative for you, dispatchers, carriers, / owner operators, however you guys want to see it. Please, man, if you guys felt like this video was informational and helpful, please like, click on the notification bell, comment, and subscribe, baby, because there's more content where it came from, and I'm gonna just keep helping you guys out. So stay tuned to my videos, and just, you know what I'm saying, and I know I probably talked a lot, and so you know what that means. You gotta rewatch my video, baby, to take all that information in, because I know I did say a lot. So, and that's just about a dispatcher, how a good dispatcher should be. You know what I'm saying? And there's probably a lot of other stuff that I did miss, but it was just, this video probably would have been like an hour long, and I just didn't want to do an hour long, right? But man, thank you again for watching this video, and love you guys, man. Thank you for all the support that you have shown so far, and stay tuned for more videos. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do guys have any questions, or you guys do need a dispatcher that really knows what they're doing, please put a comment up below. or all my information is gonna be down below as well. So just, you know, either email me, text me, call me. Don't be afraid, man. I don't care what time of the day you guys call me. I'm always available. Obviously, if I do pick up and I say, hey, can I call you back in 5 minutes, it's because I'm actually doing something with my family, or like I'm in the middle of dinner or something, like, you know what I mean? Some things that are understandable, right? But I'm always on the go. I'm always on the go. I'm always about this money. So please, please, man, don't be scared to call me or try to contact me for more information. So once again, if this video was more helpful, please, and if you want to see any other sort of videos, please give a comment, leave a comment below and let me know. And man, you know what I'm saying, stay tuned, baby, stay tuned, because more's coming, baby, more's coming. You know what I mean? And obviously I'm gonna get way more creative with these videos, so don't trip. Don't be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Don't be tripping. But man, I love you, man, and I'm out.